Evening, folks. I hope this weather's been good to y'all. It's been so warm here. Today it was 78. It started off, it's been in the 60s the last couple of days. I think it was 72 yesterday. Today was 78, but windy. Yeah, winds have been 10 mile an hour or better, but that's okay. I've been busy, too busy to fish anyway. We'll try to fish Friday. Y'all ready? Y'all get a number going here? Guys, I usually brighten my screen, and for some reason that feature is not working. When I slide the little slide over here on the brightness scale, nothing's changing. I had my wife look at it. My wife taught computers and keyboarding to the time before she ended up moving to the assistant principal position for the last 10 or 12 years before she retired. So she knows a little bit about computers, and she fooled with it too, and we couldn't get it to brighten. So I haven't talked to my son. I call him. He's really good with computers. He built his own computer, actually. His desktop he built. He bought all the parts and put it together. And he usually can tell me what's going on, but for some reason, when you slide that little thing to brighten the screen, it doesn't happen. When I brighten the screen, it takes that pink tint off of it. And I usually brighten it just for this, and it won't change tonight. But I don't have time. I'm running late right now. I don't know what time it is, but it's 6 o'clock or better. I had company, so this evening, and they just left. All right, y'all ready? So apologize for that. It's going to happen. Here you go. Here's going to be our number. 214. Okay. Powder blue. This is, let me show you something real fast. Let me get a piece of paper. I got paper laying here everywhere. This is a powder blue that I'm working with. Now, this one's a little different. Can y'all see that the belly's lighter than the back? This is one of the new colors I'm playing with. I haven't fished with this yet, but this is the same powder blue. I made a comment to some of y'all in the comment section this week. Y'all said y'all like the powder blue. I said I'm playing with it. I thought I'd share that with you. The top is the same blue that the bait was made out of in this video, okay? The bottom is the same powder blue, but I only mixed a dab into it, and that's why you can see through it. Yep. What do y'all think of that? Now that's going to be a clear water bait to lightly stained. So there you go. Now guys, some of y'all comment about the colors. I do have some good colors for stained water. Somebody said the other day that their water is like mud. Well, if your water is like mud, the fish have learned to get around and feed in it. Yeah, you're probably better off using a dark color like brim, plum crazy. The oranges would probably be good, and blue moon would probably be good too. The chartreuse being dark top, stuff like that. But a lot of us guys in Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama, South Carolina, I watched the old fisherman some. He got a new boat. I watched that the other day. I don't get a chance to watch a lot of videos, but I got a chance to watch that when I seen it, and I thought maybe watch a couple minutes of it. He got a nice boat. He got a Vexus. And the water where he's fishing is pretty clear. And he's in South Carolina. Was it Lake Murray and some of those? So colors like this are going to be great for that. I have a lot of colors that's going to be good for that water visibility. I'm going to save 15 inches visibility to 4 or 5 foot. So I'm trying to cover the whole spectrum there. Most of the new colors I'm coming out with going to be like that. I made one of the test colors. I sent it to Sid, and he said he's been catching fish on it. I made it with a creamy back, and said I have tried it 2 or 3 times now. I've caught 1 fish on it. Our water's pretty dirty right now. We had more rain this week. Yes, it poured down this week. Calling for rain this Saturday and Sunday. We've been in this thing of hard rains, and our water's gotten pretty dirty. So I'll try it again. All right. But yeah, on most part, our visibility is usually around 2 foot here, 2 to 3 foot. All right, the number is 214. So I'm trying to make colors for everybody. Okay, Randy said the tail colors have been working good for him. Yeah, they have. The tail colors have been selling good, and yes, they have been working good. They've been working good for me too, Randy. I think it just gives the fish something different. You know, I watch some of these other YouTubers that make baits. I enjoy watching them when I have a chance. And I see a lot of interesting colors out there people are making. All right, James, right now you're going to be the closest of 180. Let's get your name down here. And the one guy I watch, I know some of y'all watch him, James, I know you watch him. I've seen you leave comments on his site. Some of those colors he makes, woo! bright. Good gosh. So I reckon some of y'all that fish in mud, you might want to check him out. He makes some, I don't know what you call some of the colors. Bright pinks and with purples on them. And I could never catch a fish with that here, I guaranteed you. But I showed y'all in a video I made a while back fishing stained water. I'm backing up, make sure there's 240. I don't see a number, Jeffrey. All right, go on while you're there. Okay, you left it here again. All right, 25. And I caught fish on some of the darker colors, you know, that for stained water. Then I turn around and use Flash or Virginia Shad, which is a clear watercolor, and I caught fish on them. The fish can see further in that nasty water than you think they can see. They can see further in that nasty water than I think they can see. I'm not just saying y'all only. I think maybe I didn't say it the way I should have said it. Let me try it again. Fish can see further in that nasty water than we realize they can. Maybe that sounds better. But that's what I'm learning with live scope too. I see them coming after the bait before it even gets close to them. 230. That's 339. But I go through this, guys. I always go back and check it before I put it away tonight. 174, 180's got him knocked out. Make sure I read that right. All right, the number is 214. Here's 190. All right, he knocked you out, James. Bobby, you knocked me out last week, I think, and then you still didn't win, did you? 190. All right, the number's 214, 100, 266, 214, as he's over 134. All right, 185 is in between the last two. 359. I think Donnie was in. Yeah, Donnie, I was talking about the Garmin Guru. Donnie made a comment. He watches him too. My live scope is acting up. That's another reason I'm late. The guy that I was here talking to is going to help me work on it. We're going to clean it and start over, and re-update it. I think it's got a how do you say that? I think it's corrupt. I think it's got something corrupt. You know how your computer can get corrupt? Or you can get a corrupt file on your computer? When we loaded the new download about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, I updated it, and I haven't been right since I updated it. The picture is great. The picture is beautiful, but the bottom, it won't stay calibrated. The bottom wants to flop around. Sometimes the bottom will do this. Yeah, you sit there watching like, what? And the bottom will actually come up to what's in a 90. Yeah, that's not good, is it? All right, Bobby. So we're just talking about that, and he's going to come by tomorrow, and we're going to clean it, and we're going to download the latest download again on a card and put it in there. We done it with the phone, and Garmin Guru said, don't use the phone, don't use Active Captain. He said they can corrupt it. So I made a comment to the Guru, and he said that my Gyro, Gyro, was off. That's all he said. And I'm like, what's up with that? And I never got an answer back from him. I mean, I appreciate him. He told me what was wrong with it, but I was hoping he'd say, you got a broken leg, you need a cast. Tell me how to fix it. So I'm on my own here. I've been watching some other people. There's another guy doing Garmin stuff too. And so from my research, that's what I think I need to do. If I don't do it, I'm going to need to send it back to the factory. I got a 9SV out there, so I put my 9SV back on. That's my back. I almost sold that thing a couple weeks ago. I said, no, I'm going to hold on to it because I might make a portable unit out of it if I go fish with somebody else. Because I don't know if I told you all this or not, I put lithium batteries in my boat this year. My boat's 5 years old. It'll be 5 years old in July. My batteries were getting really weak. I suffered through them through this fall. I made them last because I didn't want to spend any money last year. Because guys, all that comes off my taxes. Anything I do to my boat because I use it for YouTube. So when January the first day of January, I ordered 2 lithium batteries for my boat. I got rid of, a battery weighs about what, 78 pounds a piece to 80 pounds a piece. These two batteries weigh 28 pounds together. Yep, 28 pounds together. That's what's running my trolling motor. So I got rid of a hunk of weight there. Then I can tell it too when I floor it and take it off. Sometimes I can tell it. When I get up and go, she gets up a little bit faster. But that ain't why I done it. They got a 10-year warranty on them, so that's why I done it. And I got them on sale. So they wasn't, still cost me about double of a lead acid battery, but they got a 10-year warranty on them. Most time, most of y'all guys know this if you fish a lot. 4 years is about it. Sometimes 3 years. You can start after you have a lead battery for 3 years. You can tell it. If you got to fish 4 or 5 hours, you're going like, I don't have my trolling motor. I got to get up and go ahead when I started this morning. And, a lot of that depends on the battery and the brands and stuff, too. I mean, I had interstates. So it makes a difference. I mean, I've had bass boats, guys. Oh, gosh. I still lived at home before I was married. I bought my first bass boat. So I've been full of batteries for years. And I can tell you, when I was fishing bass tournaments, every 2 years I put new batteries in. Why? When I get into that third year, during that third year sometime, I could tell it. If you fish an 8-hour day in a tournament, toward the end of that day, and you're on that trolling motor all the time, throwing crankbaits, you got to pushing it, toward the end, you could tell it, couldn't you? So I didn't want that to happen to me in the tournament. You don't get in the tournament and lose your battery power, right? You're spending money in the tournaments. Every 2 years, you put new batteries in. And I usually found somebody that said, what's wrong with those batteries? I said, well, no, they still got some life in them. They ain't as good as new ones. Oh, yeah, I like to have them. You can have them. Give me your old ones, I'll take yours straight in. I've done that quite a few times, people. And they said, I ran that thing on that little John boat for another year or two. Yep. But if you're a tournament fisherman, you want the power, man. You don't want to, and that's why a lot of people go into the lithiums. It's like when you drill, the lithium powders. I got rigid stuff. All my tools are rigid. I got about everything you can imagine in rigid stuff. Sawzall, blowers, drills, hammer drills, skill saw. You can run that thing, and all of a sudden when she quits, she goes, yep, that's it. You be putting a screw in, she just quit. But it runs hard to that last one. And that's what's good about lithium. Lead acid batteries don't do that. It starts losing your power along. And that's why people want to use the lithium. They give you all the power you can have to the very end. So far, they're great. They're great. So no problem I'm having with my depth finder a little bit. All right, guys, I'll get out there Friday and fish and see if I can make another video. Pour to catch coming up next week is with a grub. Now, excuse me, I'm wrong. Made me think here a minute. The pour to catch it coming up next week, if I get it finished, is with a hair jig. And I used some of my hair jigs and some of Sid's, and I made a little thing, and I've got to do the shop part yet. I'm going to sit down and tie some for the shop part and give you all a chance to win some hair jigs. I got thinking about that. I thought, I've never done that before. I don't think I've ever gave away a hair jig, so it's been plastic. So bam, there you go. We're going to do something different next week. And I'll get at this Friday, see if I can make y'all a couple of videos. I'm getting low on videos. The fishing, again, they're still scattered. The water temperature's coming up fast for these 70-degree days. They're going to start moving on boat docks and stuff. I've seen somebody put a video out this week that they're catching them on boat docks already in Tennessee. Yeah, that's just a matter of time. They hadn't done that here yet. But every lake's a little different. I've mentioned that a lot when I'm making a video. If I show you what I'm doing, it might not work on your lake that day, but sooner or later it's going to work. Every lake's a little different. The fish act a little different on some lakes than they do others. But we're at that point right now. We're almost into March. That it's all going to change. They're all in a transition right now. That's why they're hard to catch, hard to find. They're scattered everywhere. Some you catch them now. I'm catching them now full of eggs. So we're just a matter of time that they're going to start moving up to places to spawn. Within the next week or two, we'll start catching them shallow here. Just a matter of time. That's what I'm going to look for my next trip out. I will check again. See if I can find some on some of the boat docks. But right now, as of last weekend when I fished, they were still in the channel. Most of my caught were in 14, 16 foot of water. And like I said, I looked around some boathouses, some brush piles that were in 10 to 12 foot. Nothing. It's laid down trees. I checked a couple laid down trees that usually have fish on them. Not one fish on them. So it's going to happen here soon. I'll go out there one day and bam, that laid down tree will be loaded on it. Okay, we're at that point, just a matter of time. I think the length of days might help determine that too, right? not just the water warming. The days are getting longer. If y'all noticed, it's about 6:15 before it gets dark here now to 6:30. So appreciate y'all guys. Thank y'all for the orders too. Wow, thank you. I've gotten a lot of orders. They've been coming in great. I just finished this week in the evenings. I made Blue Moon again this week, and I had to make chiffon. And I'm low on dipstick already. I'm down to like 6 bags. Y'all keep me busy making LC shads. I don't have time to play with these new colors here lately. But I got 4 or 5 new colors I'm going to play with. Y'all seen some of them in videos, Rocky and some of those. When I get the stock made on those, we'll get them on, okay? So, but that's all right. Y'all keep ordering. Don't worry about that. I'll get them in there. I'll get them made. Appreciate y'all guys. See y'all next time. Fishing Lake Country.